Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. I'm excited to be talking about the next film. It's called Baby Brother. We do have the baby brother in question here and the director of the film. Kamal Bilal, the director, Baby Brother, Ismail Bilal. How are you guys?
We're doing good.
Yeah,
this morning.
finally here, right?
Interesting trip over.
Yeah, well, in the snow.
Yeah.
Did you guys drive yourselves?
No, we took a lift, and he didn't have snow tires or chains or anything. So
Or speak English.
he speaks Portuguese, and he was
That's a little
doing
scary.
the translation through the phone app, everything.
Wow, well, you guys made it here.
Yeah, we did.
Good
Somehow.
job, congratulations. Okay, so I don't know much about this film. I only know what I can find online, which is, of course, before the premiere, there's not much.
Yeah.
I do know that the documentary is about your baby brother here, who moves back in to his parents' house.
Yeah.
Explain this whole situation.
So it was, I think we started, it was 2016, I think is when he moved back. He was living in Indianapolis. And then he just moves back in with our parents. And it really wasn't that scenario that was that appealing to me, the story or the topic. It was just his personality. He was sort of very dynamic and kind of, he would express himself in ways that I felt was good for the camera. So he made it my job pretty easy.
Are you calling him a ham?
No. he's just, he'll like express himself in a way that's good for like me not having to be like, okay, what do you like, what's going on? Or he might say something that just expresses something that he's feeling, and he'll do it in a way that's not just like average. I feel like it's very unique. So
you were more attracted to how he was on camera rather than the situation of him moving back in with his parents.
I think that worked for the sort of, it became the best sort of box to put the story in. It wasn't necessarily, oh God, I want to make this story about my brother moving, because I moved back in with my parents too, like I think all of us did at some point. So it wasn't like, oh, here's this really thing that happened to him. It's like, so it's really just tracking him. He kind of has some mishaps throughout it, and it's sort of like when it rains, it pours. Situations, sort of like having a lot of bad run-ins with like life.
Well, I have to say, I have siblings, and I never thought I want to make a documentary about you.
Yeah.
How did you get there in your head?
I don't know, man. It was really, I remember I was sitting in a screening, and the director said something about like, the stories around you are pretty important, and like make sure you look. And I remember having this sort of moment, like, because I'd already been thinking about it. I was like, well, he's a really interesting person. And I think it was that, because I still remember that moment of just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a film about him. And I didn't even start right then. I think maybe it was a few months later. But you hear these things all the time. It's not like it's just, I think it just comes maybe at the right time or something. And it also, there was another project I tried to do, and I didn't have money to do it, and this was sort of what I call proximity cinema. It's a type of cinema for the poor, and you just do what you can around you, try to do it the best that you can.
Well, obviously it paid off.
Yeah, I think so, man.
I think so. You were selected for a Sundance short, so I think it worked out. Well, Ismail, a few questions for you. First of all, what do you think about your brother? I mean, are these compliments that he's throwing out to you, or are they digs? I can't tell yet.
I'd say it's, I feel flattered for it. Okay, you thought that I deserve to be filmed, so obviously when he brought that big old camera out, I was feeling like, dang, all right, do I be myself? So I felt good about it, and I didn't think that it was any shade thrown, not too much shade.
Not too much.
Not too much shade.
So what was your reaction when he came to you and said, hey, bro, like I want to do a documentary about you moving back in with our parents?
I don't know.
That actually wasn't the initial conversation. He just like,
really?
hey man, I want to
do.
He just was like, hey man, I think I'm thinking about doing a short film on you. Out of nowhere, and I'm just like, really, right now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like things were already occurring between the crib, So he was just like, I think I need to get this on footage. I was like, okay, so you gonna put me on blast? That's kind of how it felt initially, but then I was like, all right, well, it worked out. So.
And then let's talk about the production process. You said you followed him around for about a year.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit more, maybe a year and a half or so. Yeah. And
did you have specific things that you knew you wanted to shoot?
No, you just kind of follow your instincts, I think.
Just day to day?
Yeah, just day to day, and it wasn't like I was shooting 12-hour days or whatever. It was kind of just whenever he's cutting the grass now. That's a good scene. You know what I mean? Like, and it just works. So there's just things like that happening. You're there, you're filming for a little bit. Because you're working, so you have a job at the same time, so it's not like, so shooting other things, editing. So you do it when you can.
Oh, I think it's so cool. I'm trying to picture myself making a documentary about my sister. I just don't think I could do it. I think you guys have such a cool relationship that you can do that with each other.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, man. He's a pretty good sport about it.
Yeah, he was easygoing, so.
Yeah.
Well, let's go over some of the basics. I mean, how long is the film now? I mean, how long does a year get compacted down?
Yeah, so it's 13 minutes.
13 minutes?
It moves pretty quick, yeah. A lot of stuff happens in it because I guess I was shooting for a year, so you kind of collect a lot of moments, and then just the form that it takes on just came in editing, you know.
Did you do the editing?
Yeah, I shot it and edited it.
Everything?
As well. Yeah.
Wow. And then
Yeah.
you were selected for Sundance.
Yeah,
That
no,
just
it's
blow your
pretty.
mind?
Yeah, oh yeah,
that was
mind blowing.
He
For
called me.
sure, because it was like I was just in my head. I was like, you know, it'd be cool if we make this film and then we can go to like film festivals together. Just sort of like thinking pie in the sky, you know. And then like we got to do it, so it's pretty cool.
That's
Incredible.
awesome.
Yeah.
When does the film premiere?
I played last night. It was the premiere. Yeah, 9:30 last night.
And is it going to play
Plays
again?
again today and tomorrow and the next Thursday. Yeah.
Wow. All
I
right.
know, it's real wild.
Well, after meeting you guys, I didn't know what to expect. So, you know, a documentary about your baby brother, and after meeting you guys, I think you guys are very cool.
Thank you.
And I think that you should be seen, Ismail.
Nice, yes. I should be seen.
You should be seen. All right, Kamal, Ismail, thank you
you.
guys so much for joining
you.
us on the show today, and congratulations on being selected for Sundance.
Thank you. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we have a whole slew of guests still come on the show today. Stay tuned.